So I'm okay. I've become okay with the amount I can do. 2 or 3 days a week of training and twice a week in the gym. It's kind of what I can do, and I have to be okay with that. And I think if other folks can be realistically accepting of those barriers of real life, then it's hard to kind of be down on yourself.
So what is it they say? Comparison is the thief of joy. It's like,
Oh, you love that one. I love that one.
because everybody comes in and goes, but I'm not as good as so and so. I'm not as good
Yep.
as, like, I remember bitching for a weekend about how a girl I followed on Instagram who'd started jiu-jitsu way before me had won gold at a competition. Now I don't know
Mhm.
what her level of quality of matches was, what she had done behind the scenes, but I can remember thinking how ridiculous it was that I had wasted a weekend of my life
Mhm.
because somebody had, and I can remember thinking, but I'm not doing that yet. I haven't competed yet, and beating myself up.
Mhm.
And the whole point was like, am I? Could I beat myself that when I first started? Am I better than I was yesterday? Am I happier? Am I
Mhm.
healthier? I remember, like, and I don't know, is it this masculinity thing of you always got to be better than the next person rather than the person in the mirror is the person you want to be better than
Mhm.
yesterday. And that is the thing. And I was like, I need to get back, and that's why I started the podcast, because speaking to guys like you who make me see the world in completely different ways and opening it up and going, holy hell. And that's why I can see why you've been such a success. Was there a point that you felt, well, you're doing this as a side hustle? Oh shit, I don't want to leave the joy of a full time employment and going into starting what is now your spark that's changing the world. What point did you think, do I do this or not? Did you struggle? What was it
Oh
taught you?
yes. Oh yes. No, it's the last piece of advice I needed to hear before I made that took that risk was from a person who was renting a cubicle literally next door. He was in financial services. I still picture his face. Thank you, Mike. If you're listening, you're probably not. Um, he said to me, "Leap, and the net shall appear." And I went,
Awesome.
"Okay." I get what you're saying here, and my whole personality, whether it's business, personal, or otherwise, is I just prepare myself best I can for the worst case scenario. I think out, okay, what do I want this to be? All right, now what if it doesn't go good? Or what am I out? How much time, how much money, how much effort, whatever. Um, if I want to do, if I think something is worth doing, I'll do that math, and then say, all right, well, if it doesn't work out and I'm okay with that, fine. But the rest is gravy. And so as long as I'm okay with the worst case, and that's what I saw, I said, right now I'm in a job that I feel like I'm pushing volume. I'm not being as helpful as I could be to these people who are coming in, and all they want is help. They don't care about their insurance reimbursement. They want help. They hurt. And I said, I can do better if I run this more my way. And I've always already running my own practice right alongside my full-time job. But that was the moment where I started to say, no, I need to leap because these people are not going to get the help they need if I don't make that risk. And it was calculated, and I was okay with the consequences. And ultimately, the worst case didn't happen. I make the worst case real hard when I'm thinking about me. What if no one showed up for a month, for 6 months? Could I eat? Can I support my family with the rest that I can do? Can I find another side gig? The answer was yeah, I could. So I said, all right, let's give this a shot.